Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take this simple older style dress and make it into a maxi skirt. First, take the top and set it aside. You're not going to need it for a bit. Then lay your dress completely flat on the floor so you aren't going to make any mistakes when you cut it. You need to take out the zipper. You don't need it for this project. Simply flip the dress inside out and find the seam where the dress and the zipper are connected. Then take your seam ripper and at the base of the zipper, begin to take it apart from the dress. I'm saving this zipper for a different project. Next, I hold the dress up to myself so I can see what length I want it to be and where I want to cut the waistline. I ended up marking right at my natural waist and cutting right below the armpits because that was perfect length for me. It just skimmed the floor. Also remember to leave enough room for a seam allowance. I usually do about 1/4 of an inch. That way I don't have a shorter dress or a shorter skirt in this instance than what I want. Next, sew up the entire back where you took out the zipper, and this dress actually had a slit in the bottom of it as well. My sewing machine, as you can tell, is a bit on the older side, and the gears that are supposed to make the fabric run through the needle so that it'll sew don't work, so I have to pull it from the back. So if you buy a used sewing machine, make sure that your gears actually work before you buy it, so that way you don't have to do this. I ran out of thread in my bobbin, and for some reason our sewing machine is a little bit messed up and I couldn't remember how to rethread the bobbin, so I had to have my awesome husband help me. And then I ran out of thread completely, so I had to go to the store and get more after refilling my bobbin. Now that I'm back, we're going to make the hem/waistline, and all I'm going to do for this is fold it over and just leave enough room for the elastic and then pin it into place and just sew it all the way around except for one little spot, which I'll show you in a bit. Sew your waistline into place, allowing enough room for your elastic to slide through and make the top so it fits you. I used an extra large dress and I am a size small, so I had to make it so that this dress would fit me with an elastic. You can use any width of elastic that you want. Also, leave a hole to put the elastic through so that way you can actually put it in. Next, measure your elastic on your own waist, preferably not with clothes on, but I can't show you guys that. That's inappropriate. So I measured and then stretched it a little bit so that it would be my waist size, and then cut it at that spot where you want it to fit and where you want the dress to be at, or the skirt in this instance. Then I take a safety pin and put it through the top of the elastic, like that, and use that to pull my elastic through my actual skirt. It makes it much easier than just trying to do it without the safety pin. It's near impossible. So put the safety pin through that hole that you left open earlier, and you should be able to just gather everything onto that safety pin. And then pull it through just like that. Once you have pulled your elastic all the way through the skirt, you're going to sew your elastic piece ends together. So that way, when you put the skirt on, it doesn't come apart. Also, my sewing machine is very old, so it doesn't work very well, but for this job, it did a pretty good job. And then completely pull the elastic through. Make sure that none of it is hanging out. And then you're going to sew up that hole that you had left open for the elastic to go into the skirt. This is me realizing I used white thread instead of the red thread I bought specifically for this dress, and deciding it really wasn't that big of a deal. So I decided I wanted to do a tie to go through the waist of the skirt. So what I did was I took the top jacket part of this dress and cut off the hem at the bottom and sewed it together to make that pull through that I wanted. So just cut that off. You don't have to do a pull through if you don't want to, but that's the look I wanted for mine. I wanted it to be very casual. And then I just sewed that entire piece together to make one big pull through. For this part, you could make buttonholes instead of doing it the way I'm doing it, but I just took my scissors and cut 2 small holes into the place where the elastic is, and that was how I made my holes for my tie to go through. You really could use buttonholes, but unfortunately my sewing machine isn't new enough to do that, and I did not have the patience to make buttonholes with my own 2 hands. Place your safety pin through the top of your tie and close it just like you did when you did the elastic. You're going to do the exact same thing and put the safety pin through that hole to pull your tie through. It makes it much easier than trying to do it just without any guide or anything. You're basically using the safety pin as a guide to help pull everything through. Okay, so here's the original dress that we used. I bought it at a thrift store for $4. And here's our new skirt. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It took me under an hour to make this without having to run to the store and everything. And I will probably wear this about every day because it's so comfortable. Thanks for watching, you guys. Be sure to subscribe and watch for more episodes of Sewing with Ness.